Spiritual Strength Channel. Hello everyone. Someone once said that everyone has a frequency surrounding them, and no matter where you go, that frequency will follow you, attracting people or things similar to yourself. In the I Ching, there is a saying, like sounds resonate together, like spirits find each other, which carries a similar meaning. Similar sounds can create resonance, and similar temperaments will blend with each other. People are the same. Those with the same aspirations and views on life will naturally attract one another and come together. Every encounter originates from the emotions within. What is in your heart will form a frequency that attracts people with similar qualities. A virtuous person will always be surrounded by kind-hearted people, while a malicious person will be surrounded by mean individuals. The kind of temperament you have will determine the type of people you attract. In summary, throughout life, everything you encounter, whether good or bad, is brought about by the frequency you emit. Whoever you are, you will meet people of that same kind. In the Analects, there is a saying, if paths are different, we cannot plan together, meaning if people do not share the same aspirations, they cannot work together. When opinions don't align and directions are different, people cannot walk the same path. Since ancient times, like attracts like, and people group together based on common interests. Outstanding people seldom have ordinary individuals around them because those who walk with wolves will inevitably be accompanied by tigers and leopards, while those who soar with eagles will naturally be hawks. Who you are will determine who you befriend. There's an ancient saying, cats and mice don't sleep together, tigers and deer don't walk together. People with different aspirations find it hard to accompany each other. Relationships between people are built on shared views and aspirations. Only with alignment can they last long. In life, many encounters may seem coincidental, but they are actually arranged by an invisible force because people with the same frequency as you will cross vast seas of people to find you. All the people and events you encounter are attracted by your inner self. People with the same aspirations will naturally attract kindred spirits. Grateful people will attract abundance, and optimistic people will attract good fortune. Who you are will determine who you attract and who you meet. Who you surround yourself with truly matters. In a monastery with many accomplished monks, one day a novice monk asked permission from his master to leave. He said that all his senior brothers were so outstanding that he couldn't match them, making it difficult for him to achieve success. Therefore, he wanted to move to a smaller temple. Hearing this, the master didn't refuse but walked him partway. Along the way, they passed through a forest, and the novice exclaimed, "The trees here are so tall and straight. How beautiful!" A bit further along, the novice saw a tree that had ample sunlight and rain, but its branches grew wild, twisted, and tangled. Confused, he asked the master why that tree, despite having better access to light and water, didn't grow as well as the others in the forest. The master replied, the trees in the forest had to compete for light and water. So they worked hard to grow and became sturdy pillars. The trees that didn't have to compete, despite their advantages, lost the motivation to grow and ultimately achieved nothing. People are the same. Walking with the excellent may be harder, but the rewards will be greater. Sun Tzu once said, "The reeds that grow among orchids will stand tall without support. White sand that falls into the mud will turn black." Who you are with will determine your life. Surround yourself with excellence, and you will constantly elevate yourself. Walk with those of high virtue, and you will gradually cultivate your soul. Learn from the wise, and your life will become clearer. Life is short. If you want to go far and be stable, walk with the excellent. As you become better, you will meet better people. The ancients said, circumstances change with the heart. Appearances are born from the mind. Everything outside reflects what's inside, and the people you meet are those you've attracted into your life. There was once a wealthy man who often complained that his wife was not caring. His children were unfilial, and that the people around him only followed him for his wealth. A wise man, hearing this, advised, "If money causes you such sorrow, why not give it away?" So, the wealthy man built schools and opened soup kitchens to help the poor. When he met the wise man again, He was beaming and exclaimed that everyone around him was kind. His wife loved him, and his children were obedient. Life, in truth, is a journey of self-cultivation. Cultivating the heart is paramount. And virtue is key. Only when you break down the barriers within and continuously improve yourself can you see a broader world and meet better people. There is a story of a young man who, after graduating, encountered so many obstacles that he wanted to throw himself into the sea. On his way, he met an old man. The old man, hearing of his troubles, threw a handful of sand on the ground and asked him to pick it up. The young man laughed and shook his head, saying it was impossible. The old man then threw a pearl on the ground and asked him to pick it up. The young man easily picked it up and, looking at the pearl in his hand, suddenly realized that all the problems stemmed from within himself. He couldn't find a suitable job or meet benefactors because he wasn't outstanding enough. In the Analects, it is said, the superior man is concerned with the foundation. When the foundation is firm, the way will naturally flourish. Only by improving yourself at the core can you meet those who appreciate you and fully utilize your strengths. In this life, the person who recognizes your greatest value is none other than yourself. So, don't waste time chasing after a horse. Instead, spend that time planting grass. When spring comes and the flowers bloom, the right horse will naturally come. Don't try to win people over. Use that time to improve yourself. When the time is right, you'll naturally have companions. At any moment, enriching yourself is far more powerful than trying to win others over. When you become a better version of yourself, you'll meet more exceptional people. 4 hearts that maintain goodwill will encounter benefactors. Lao Tzu said, "Regard the world as precious as your own life. And only then can you bear the responsibility of the world." Zhu Liang, a man of great talent and wisdom who lived in seclusion in Nanyang, was a commoner. Liu Bei, with a heart for the people, visited him 3 times at his cottage, leaving behind a story that would be told for 1,000 years. The first time Liu Bei visited, the gatekeeper said Zhu was out. The second time, he was said to be visiting someone else. The third time, although Zhu was home, he was asleep. Liu Bei waited at the door until Zhu woke up. What moved Zhu was not Liu Bei's royal lineage but his compassionate heart for the people. From then on, Zhu Liang followed Liu Bei, fighting battles and analyzing the world's situation, helping Liu Bei achieve the ambition of dividing the world into 3 parts. Because Liu Bei held goodwill in his heart, he attracted those who shared his grand vision and built a lasting legacy. Lao Tzu said, "To give birth without possessing, to act without taking credit, to lead without holding on, this is the profound virtue. A person who does not seek personal glory, who takes responsibility for the world, achieves greatness and then steps back, has the most profound virtue. Such a person, with deep virtue, speaks kind words and performs actions that benefit others. Their heart is always filled with goodwill, because they think of others. Others think of them. Since they bring benefit to others, others will bring benefit to them. Goodwill is like a wave that continuously radiates. As you transmit energy to others, you will receive goodwill in return. Thus, whatever you hold in your heart is what you will become, and whoever you think of is who you will meet. If your heart is dark, you will only encounter mean-spirited people." Lao Tzu said, "Those aligned with the Tao find joy in the Tao. Those who lose their virtue find delight in their loss. If you carry the Tao within, the Tao will welcome you joyfully, but those who lose their virtue will face the consequences of their choices." The deposed Emperor Lu He of the Han dynasty was a man of indulgence who loved to eat, drink, and be merry. He was not originally in line for the throne, but after Emperor Zhao of Han died without an heir, Lu He was invited to become emperor. Previously, Lu He had engaged in strange behavior, enjoying fine food, luxurious carriages, and seeking out beautiful women for his pleasure. He ignored the advice of loyal ministers and surrounded himself with flatterers. Gradually, the only people left around him were sycophants. When he was summoned to the capital, these petty people were overjoyed. Hundreds of them accompanied him, causing trouble along the way. disturbing the locals, damaging farmland, and assaulting women. Lu He did nothing to stop them and even joined in their wrongdoing. After ascending the throne, he continued to live in luxury and debauchery, and his close aides were swiftly promoted. In just a few days, Lu He gave out numerous promotions to his cronies, who became overly confident, plunging Chang'an into chaos. The veteran officials were furious, eventually leading to a coup that deposed Lu He. Loyal ministers had previously advised him to rule with discipline and integrity, but he was naturally indulgent and paid no attention to sincere advice, but instead immersed himself in the flattery of sycophants. In the end, these flatterers met unfortunate fates, failing to achieve the life they desired and even bringing about their own downfall. Lu He was deposed after only 27 days on the throne, making him the shortest reigning emperor in the history of the Western Han dynasty. There is a saying, the more negative energy you carry, the easier it is to attract low-quality people. When people lose their goodwill and distance themselves from virtuous deeds, the negative energy surrounding them will increasingly attract emotional and spiritual garbage. This forms a black hole, drawing in others who carry the same negative energy. When you complain about the injustice of fate, understand that everything is attracted to you by your own actions and attitude. There is no love without reason, and no hatred without cause. Every encounter has been silently priced and determined. The law of attraction teaches us that like frequencies attract each other. Your emotions and attitude towards the world will eventually reflect back on you. Like an invisible force, energy guides the universe to operate according to certain laws. This attraction brings together people of similar qualities. Those who hold goodwill in their hearts emit positive energy, attracting others with the same energy, and goodness will return to them. On the other hand, those with dark hearts who prioritize self-interest, who are always wary and calculating, will find that others calculate against them in return. Consequently, they will be surrounded by malicious individuals. In this world, everything you encounter is attracted by you. Understanding this, we realize that instead of blaming others or fate, we should cultivate our inner selves and improve. Whoever you meet in life is meant to appear in your journey. It is not random but determined by destiny. If you plant seeds of goodwill, you will meet good people, and good things will naturally come to you. Every encounter in life is shaped by the power of your thoughts and the attraction of like-minded elements. For the rest of our lives, let us both always keep gratitude in our hearts, do more good deeds, and then we will meet benefactors in our lives, constantly improving and growing, so that we can encounter better things as well. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you find this content useful, please subscribe to the channel and share the video with your loved ones. Together we build a happy and peaceful life. See you in the next video.